guys, Calxiyn here! This feels good, guys. Okay, so we have a lot to cover from the most recent episode of RWBY. Just that stuff that we didn't cover well in our analysis video, or stuff that we found out later. And if you enjoy these videos, remember to join our RWBY Discord server that now is over 300 fabulous members. That will still include you, I promise.
Fabulous.
A lot of people are like, but 300 members is so scary. You know what I mean? Like, that they're shy, and I'm like, don't worry, like, we're not like a 3,000, we're not a 300 member clique or anything. Like, trust me, like, we'll talk to you, it's okay. Anyways, and you should also, be a patron to me on Patreon. You should do that. So anyways.
We're not a clique when we...
So something
Before
that
we were a
both
clique.
me and Hunter missed. And let me be clear, I need glasses. Hunter also has glasses, but in my reactions I don't wear them because, like, you know, gotta look hot for those,
Glasses
those reaction
can be sexy.
views. Okay.
I mean, they're not always sexy on me, but, like,
So,
on
Hunter,
people, yes.
did you know
Yes.
that Lionheart, when Qrow put his scroll on the computer to show the location of the school,
Yeah.
Lionheart clicked some buttons, right? You saw him click that?
Yeah.
And you thought he was just, like, delodging the thing from his, thing, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You thought he was just unplugging his fucking phone, but you know what he was doing?
What was he
He
doing?
was copying the files! Everything on Qrow's phone has been
Oh,
copied!
fuck! I did not notice that.
Yes, I
actually.
did. Somebody in the Murder of Birds server put a picture and then zoomed in on that picture and it said copying, and I said thank you because
You
I
think he
am
would've-
blind.
you think
I am
he would've-
very, very blind.
You think Qrow would have noticed?
Yeah, and so here's what, this is why I wanted to get this video out, like, tonight, like, right now, or at least in the next couple days before the episode comes out, is because I wonder if in next episode Qrow is gonna be like, yeah, man, he copied my files, but, you know, there was nothing on it.
Those were all my dick pics.
Yeah.
Or like he would know.
Like that,
Like-
like he did it like beforehand and maybe all of his stuff is fake on that device, right?
Okay.
It's like if you give somebody like, oh, so here's a good one. So like, you know, sometimes, I guess, I don't know how to explain this. Like, if somebody else knows something that you know it, you'll try to catch them in a lie.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then you'll be like, but you said, like, so Lionheart could later be like, oh, but isn't the Spring Maiden in these coordinates or something, like, or something else hidden? I guess that's a bad example, but, like, I don't know. Say Qrow has some hidden dick pics on his phone, right?
Yeah.
And they talked about, and he talked about those dick pics, and then he'd be like, but Lionheart, how did you get those dick pics? You know what I mean?
How did you know I was circumcised?
Yeah, does that make sense? Like, I feel
yeah.
like that's a really bad explanation, but it's almost like...
That's a bit of a trope, where someone...
If I called Hunter, right, and Hunter was just like, oh, I'm just home right now, and then I'd be like, but Hunter, I see you're at the fucking mall, like, you know what I mean? So, like, I can see you, I know where you are. Like, I think it's similar to that, where Qrow will try to catch Lionheart in a lie.
fucking everything.
Like, Lionheart trying to use the fake information that would have been, I guess you could say, encrypted or a secret on Qrow's phone against him, and then he'll be like, but Lionheart, that was on my cell phone. How did you get that? And he'll be like, oh shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Or, like, that's a bit of a trope where, like, someone says something casually, information that they shouldn't know.
Exactly.
Logically.
That's exactly what I mean. And so I could see that happening, but remember that Qrow's semblance is also bad luck, right? And so I feel like
It was
he
like he
got
should
hit by his own
have
semblance.
noticed.
You know what I mean? And so, like, this has also happened before. Ironwood, because a lot of people speculate it's because of Qrow's bad luck, that Ironwood scroll was left somewhere and somebody copied the data. I don't remember the exact scene, but then Cinder got a hold of it somehow, question mark. Do you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
she got hacked in, basically.
Yeah, like, yeah, Ironwood also left his data somewhere because of Qrow, so there's a lot of data hacking
Yes.
in this series at the current moment. And I also have another theory connecting
Nice
the
to
lots
know
that I
that-
want you guys to wait for, but I think this is super interesting, because I think that it's either gonna go like, Qrow was like, oh, I knew the whole time, or it's gonna be like, oh shit, it's my bad luck again, because that seems to be a theme here, like, oh shit, my bad luck, it killed your mom, kid, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm just really
like
happy. I'm just really happy that, you know, hostile nations hacking each other is just in
It's just
fiction.
fictional.
It's just fictional.
Just
you know.
fictional.
is just something
but
the ridiculous minds of RWBY fabricated.
But yeah, I
That's
never
comforting, isn't it?
I never noticed this before because obviously I
didn't.
wasn't wearing my
I was wearing my
glasses,
glasses, and I didn't either.
so
So
I
I feel
couldn't
like
see.
that was like, that's for the people who pay attention to
But
enjoy.
it really shows you how much info is really packed in,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it also shows to me that Lionheart was instructed to do that beforehand, because he doesn't read to me as a tech-savvy person, but it seems more like Watts was like, click these buttons to get Qrow shit. Especially because Watts was listening in on the entire conversation, right? And so I'm like, like, that's a good theory. Like, this is a nice idea, brainstorm. You know what I mean? I was really excited about this when I found it. If you haven't noticed,
I had a slight idea that maybe you were sort of
a little
into
excited,
it.
yeah.
Little into it.
But those are the two directions I see things going for now. I could totally I would enjoy catching Lionheart out on a lie. Like, I think that would be great. For the show, for my soul, it's okay. It's okay.
For your soul. Of course.
And so, yeah, in that regard, I think that's pretty much it in that respect. Like, I don't know, because I don't know if Lionheart's gonna be...
I also feel like it changes Lionheart's characterization.
Yes.
In that before it was like, okay, so maybe this guy is just a bumbling idiot, or maybe he's afraid. But that's like a cunning move. Like, in that moment there, you're able to like,
even if he was instructed to do it beforehand, like, he didn't fumble around or anything. Like,
No.
it was very, straightforward, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't...
So he was more capable than he was
Yeah.
letting on, you could say.
Exactly. And so, because I don't know how to explain this properly either, but, if you were trying to get something from me, Hunter, and you didn't want me knowing, right, you may be a little nervous or something. Your hands may be shaking as you go into my computer and delete all my YouTube videos or something like that. But he was confident in it. He just did the keystrokes and, nobody noticed anything. You know what I mean? For the Cowardly Lion, that was a very brave move. Even if Watts had instructed him to do that beforehand, that was very, that was a very confident move, let's say. And so I feel like that changes him a little bit as well. Because, that's kind of what I took, is that, and I mentioned this in the analysis too, is that he doesn't seem like he's incapable entirely. I don't think that that's gonna be where they go with his characterization. It's that, even though he is a coward in some respects, he's obviously, strong enough that Ozpin wanted him as a headmaster, things like that Ozpin trusted him at one point. And he even says, I'm not the fighter I used to be, right? So he's kind of just not confident in those sort of abilities, his ability to defend himself, and so he's going on the strongest side, which I think is less, I know it's supposed to be the Cowardly Lion, but that's less of a cowardly move, and more, when you look at it in this context, it's more a strategy, you know what I mean? If he thinks Salem is gonna, spare him in Doomsday, she's a little bit naive, I think, but at the same time, if that's the direction that they're going, in an apocalyptic situation where Salem is ruling, you will be spared sort of thing. It's more of a strategy to go with the strongest player. He may not see Ozpin as capable of defending him anymore, and that is why he's doing this, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like this gives a lot of insight into his character, that it's not just that he's a coward or a scaredy cat, it's a scaredy cat. It's that he's been able to identify who the strongest players are, and he's playing with them. He's not playing with Ozpin.
Maybe the whole scared thing is a front. Maybe we'll learn that he's more sinister.
Because you remember that, RWBY is all about kind of subverting what we expect from a character, right? And them drawing from, Wizard of Oz characters makes that easier, because you have Glinda, who on the outside is this very nice, frilly witch or something, and then you see the real Glinda, and she's kind of a hard ass, right? And RWBY, and sort of snarky, and also his ships can only compare to the size of his dick. Remember, that was a line around Volume 3. So obviously they're taking what we expect from characters that we mostly know. I think everybody knows Wizard of Oz, right? And they are being nah, you thought this, but really it's this, you know what I mean? I think it's just about going with who the strongest players are. I think that if he was confident in Ozpin, being able to protect him, he'd stay on Ozpin's side, but obviously Ozpin has lost confidence somewhere, and that even leads insight to Ozpin's characterization, and a lot of people have speculated that Ozpin is not really all that he appears to be, in a sense, that Ozpin...
I mean, so much that he's also a child.
Okay, well, that Ozpin is more in a gray area than just somebody who's good, which also fits with his characterization in later works such as Wicked, and I know a lot of you are like, hell, Wicked's not canon, but I don't see Miles as the type of person who's reading the original Wizard of Oz books, but he does like musicals, so there you go. I found that out recently to support my own agenda, and not for no personal interest whatsoever. I just looked up, does Miles like musicals, and then I found him singing some shit. Musical shit.
You ever heard of confirmation bias?
I know. Yeah, exactly. I'm openly admitting that is what I was looking at it for. Like, to confirm my own bias that they are looking more at Wicked than the original Wizard of Oz books.
Or, like, most likely just the movie, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I mean, there's that, too.
Of the Wizard of Oz that I think
that
most
everybody
people
knows
have
best.
seen. Yeah.
But then they're also going with more recent adaptions, too, though, if you think about it, because, like, with Beauty and the Beast, right, you know, they wanted to surround Blake with Belle-like objects. In this case, Wizard of Oz is kind of like the Brothers Grimm telling of Beauty and the Beast, while Disney's Beauty and the Beast is more like Wicked and, like, the new hot Wizard of Oz retellings, you know what I mean?
Where
That's just how I
we
see it.
made LeFou gay. It's all
yeah, like, exactly. And so, anyway, that's a little bit off topic. I'd like to do, like, Wicked and RWBY comparisons for another day, but I feel like it's always good to bring up somewhere. In Wicked, though, the Cowardly Lion situation is kind of weird. Elphaba saves the lion from being, captured because they basically take the lion who is it's not an actual lion, it's one of the animals with a capital A, and so it's basically a lion fauna. So the lion fauna gets ripped away from his mother and she saves him, but somehow by setting him free that made him a coward. Like, it's very odd the way that they characterize like Elphaba saving him and then him turning out as a coward because he could never fight for his own. And so maybe that could also fit in with Ozpin in a way, is that Ozpin sort of was always there to defend Lionheart, that as soon as he, I guess, wasn't, anymore, that's kind of what turned him into a coward. Like, I know Wicked has a very good line, if she let him fight his own battles when he was young, he wouldn't be a coward today, and I feel like that may also sort of fit with him a little bit, that, you know, the only reason he could be strong was because of Ozpin. Now Ozpin's gone and he's reverted to a
maybe
cowardice.
He's like, alright, I feel like we've already lost. And
yeah, exactly. And so that's why he's picking the strongest
side. He may be afraid, or he may just be, that could just be like self-preservation.
Exactly,
like,
that's
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
take
saying.
An egalitarian,
It's self-preservation. He's not caring anymore.
Which, that's an interesting
And you
view,
even heard him that he's lost the teachers.
Yeah.
Right? He's lost a lot of teachers, so now he's even more afraid. Ozpin couldn't defend, you know, the huntsman
I think
of
he
the
lost
school.
teachers because they were out.
Yeah, they were out
fighting
the Grimm and stuff, and so, like, and I know this seems silly that we're coming to all of these conclusions because he copied some files on the phone, but they put that detail in for a reason. Like, you guys gotta look into stuff like that. Like, yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much it, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Many more to come for the next little while. We have lots of stuff to do, trust me. We're very busy over here at Calxiyn and Hunter.
I get my name in here. This is not my basement. This is your basement. I just live here.
Yeah,
but
Hunter
I don't
just
own
lives here, but he doesn't own it. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, you should become my patron on Patreon, or you should join our Discord server, like we mentioned at the beginning of the video. Remember to leave your comments on this. I'm gonna probably name this, like, file copying, because that just sounds so interesting. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna title this video yet. It's kind of hard. Like, just because
but
you
I
can't...
think we know
Leo,
what the thumbnail would
the
be.
file. Yeah, it's obviously gonna be him copying.
The truth about Lionheart.
Yeah, something...
In the hood.
See, I don't like
Gone sexual.
I don't like to do titles like that, so that's probably not what it's gonna be. But anyways, we'll figure it out over here, and so we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye!